So, about probability that it is definitely one of the most interesting topic of mathematics for JEE syllabus, but at the same time, it is one of the most complex topic also. I keep mentioning in my classes that probability is complex, not because of its fundamentals. Fundamentals are easy to understand, but when we do problem solving, apart from fundamentals, we also need to apply the logics in problem solving. So if you know all the fundamentals, uh, you have a good understanding of fundamentals, your concepts are absolutely clear, but still it's not easy to solve questions because the logics that you need to think sitting in exams, especially when it is time bound, sometimes it is not that easy. And another thing is when you read a probability question, it's a language based question, or you get what you call that as a word problem, which you used to solve in your earlier classes. So it's not a question based on you can say numerical values. It's a question based on words. You need to comprehend what is happening in the question. You need to comprehend the situation to figure out what you need to do. So something similar to the word problems you used to solve in your earlier classes. So that kind of complexity is there. So you need to generally, when in exam, when you're solving the question, you are generally in a panic state. So reading a few sentences and understanding, comprehending what is happening is sometimes difficult. So that's why, um, though even it's easy to understand this topic, but interesting though it is difficult to solve. So I collected all the questions based on probability starting 2007, and there are 13 questions that came on probability topic. I'm not including the questions based on permutation and combination. So there were equal number of questions. I was really surprised. I had no I was not uh, I thought I know that there are a lot of questions based on permutation, but I was surprised to find that there are equal number of questions, maybe one or two questions more than probability based on permutation. Earlier, before when the exam was subjective, they were like hardly they used to ask questions based on P and C. Generally, it's a probability, but now in last 6 years when exam has become objective, there are questions based on P and C also. So to discuss those questions, we'll have to have a separate class. So I'm not including those questions. So I'll be discussing these 13 questions based on probability in last 6 years. So this is I'm starting with this question. This is I'll say one of the most easy question of all the questions which I'll be discussing today, but the question where it is most difficult to score. The question, most easy problem of all the problems, but most difficult to score. I'll tell you why. So the chances are that the chances that you will do mistake in this question is I'll say it's almost 100%. So you have to be very lucky to solve this question correct in exam. I'll tell you why. So see, there are you can see H1, H2, H3, H up to Hn. These are n mutually exclusive events, and this form a set of exhaustive events. And you know what are mutually exclusive events? Two events are said to be mutually exclusive if they cannot happen together, if they cannot occur simultaneously. So a best way to show mutually exclusive events on Venn diagram is like this. A and B are mutually exclusive because they cannot happen together because they don't have any common element. Like for example, I say when a dice is thrown, then occurrence of even number and occurrence of odd number, they are mutually exclusive because they cannot happen together. When number is odd, it cannot be even. If number is even, it cannot be odd, right? But if I say odd number and say multiple of 3, so they are not mutually exclusive because odd number and multiple of 3 can have, like, see, they have a common element 3. 3 is an odd number, so there are 3 odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, and 3 is also a multiple of 6. So they are not mutually exclusive because they can happen together. If outcome 3 occurs, then event A, suppose if I say this is A, occurrence of odd number, and B is multiple of 3, they happen together if number 3 occurs. So they are not mutually exclusive. So mutually exclusive when they cannot happen together. There's no common element. And then we are saying they're exhaustive events. Exhaustive events means they cover the whole sample space. So one of them will definitely happen when experiment is performed. So if you take an example, like if I take two mutually exclusive events as like one is say 1 and 3, where a dice is thrown, and if I say A is an event which is occurrence of 1 and 3 number, and B is an event occurrence of 2 and 4. So these A and B are not mutually, they are mutually exclusive. There's nothing common in them, but they are not exhaustive because they don't exhaust the whole sample space. उनको मिला के भी, उनको दोनों को मिला भी लेंगे तो 1 2 3 4 हुआ, but still 5 and 6 numbers are there. 5 and 6 can come. 5 and 6 can occur. So they together are mutually exclusive but not exhaustive because they're not exhausting the whole sample space. There are elements which are left in the whole in the sample space which they don't cover. But if I say odd number and even number, if I say odd number and even number, this is odd number 1 3 5 and this is even number 2 4 6. They are mutually exclusive. Nothing is common in them, but together they form a set of exhaustive events because they have exhausted the whole sample space. अगर experiment perform करेंगे तो one of them will definitely happen. Either odd number will come or even number will come. So that's how we say they are exhaustive. So they're exhaustive and they're mutually exclusive. So n such events are given: H1, H2, H3, H4. So I'll just cover brief. I'm just covering the theory part also briefly to just give you a refreshment. And also it is given that none of them is impossible event because probability Hi is greater than 0. So it means probability of H1, probability of H2, all these probabilities are greater than 0. This shows that they are not impossible event. Impossible event is an event whose probability of happening is 0. But we are saying they are non-zero probabilities. So all of them are possible events. They're not impossible. And there's another event E, right? Which is also not, it lies between 0 and 1. Like this, another event E. Now we have to go through both the statements and decide A, B, C, D. And statement 2 we can look at first because easy to see. Statement 2 is that probability of Hi, where I varies from 1 to n, is 1. So this means that probability of H1 plus probability of H2 plus probability of H3, if it goes on add all these probabilities, then it's going to be 1. And that is true because I just mentioned that they are exhaustive events. So they are mutually exclusive and exhaustive. So this is correct. If we sum up their probabilities, like for example, the example I gave you, probability of odd number plus probability of even number, it will be definitely be 1, right? Because one of them will definitely happen. Either H1 will come. That's the meaning of mutually. At one point of time, either H1 will come or H2 will come or H3 because they are exhaustive. They're mutually exclusive. And exhaustive मतलब उनमें से कोई ना कोई तो आएगा ही. तो सबकी probability add करेंगे तो something will happen. So one तो हो गई. सबकी probability add करेंगे तो probability of happening of H1 plus probability of happening of H2. This is 1 because something will definitely happen. So this statement is correct. And now if you look at the statement 1, it's an inequality given in terms of probability. So we'll have to apply conditional probability formula here. I'll write it here. Probability of Hi given E is greater than probability E given Hi into probability of Hi, where I can take values 1, 2, 3, 4 till last possible value, that is n. For all for all these values, for all values of I, this statement is this inequality is given, and now we have to certify it. We need to check whether it is true or not. So and if it is true, then we have to see whether choice is A or choice is B. So if I start simplifying this, I apply conditional probability formula. Probability Hi given E is probability Hi intersection, probability of Hi intersection E divided by probability of E, greater than probability E given Hi is probability E intersection Hi divided by probability of Hi into probability of Hi. I cancel this with this to simplify this, and all probabilities are positive, so I can cancel them. I don't need to worry about, because when number is negative and you cancel across inequality sign, then you need to change the sign of the inequality. But nothing of this sort we need to do. We can simply cancel the both the sides. Now after that, we can cancel this with this, and then what we are getting is 1 by pi 1 is greater than 1. Or if you cross multiply, positive inequality is positive, P is positive, you can cross multiply, it's not a problem. Probability of event T less than 1, that's correct. Probability of event T is less than 1 because it's given in the question. So, and all otherwise all probabilities are also less than 1. So this statement is correct, right? Seems to be correct. And obviously there is no role of statement 2 in statement 1. स्टेटमेंट 2 का स्टेटमेंट 1 में क्या रूल है कि सारी इवेंट एग्जॉस्टिव है इसमें, ऐसा तो हमने कोई यूज भी नहीं किया कि दैट इट्स एन एग्जॉस्टिव। और म्यूचुअल एक्सक्लूसिव भी ऐसा कहीं मेरे काम नहीं आया, सिंपल मैथमेटिकल कैलकुलेशन ने कैंसिल किया, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ इवेंट ई लेस देन 1 आ गया। So only thing we have used is conditional probability formula, and then probabilities are positive and probability of event is less than 1. So now so statement 2 is not used to prove statement 1. So choice is B, but correct answer you can see clearly it is answer is D. So the problem is that like why, so I'm sure like 9 out of 10 student will mark answer B, or some can mark answer A if they get confused, but it's very difficult to mark answer D. Answer D क्यों correct है? Because अपने इसको कैंसिल कर दिया. What happen if it is 0? Probability HI intersection E, but they are mutually exclusive for some value of I. Suppose I equal to 1 पे, I equal to 2 पे, for example. It is possible that probability H1 intersection E is 0. H1 is mutually exclusive with E. Nothing is given in the question. E एक और event है. Suppose these are all the events. This is H1, this is H2, mutually exclusive and sorry, H3. All these are events. And E is an event which is intersecting all of them. So it might happen E is going like this. E is not overlapping with H1. It might be a case. And in that scenario, this is 0, and this inequality will become 0 greater than 0, which is wrong. Right? For some value of E, it is some value of I, it is possible that probability of intersections becomes 0. And then this inequality becomes 0 greater than 0, and which is false. So that's why this statement 1, there is a possibility that statement 1 might be false for some value of I, for which the probability of intersection is 0. So we cannot say it is always true, or it is true for all values of I. So that's why statement 2 is correct, statement 1 is false, correct choice is D. So you can see how difficult it is to score in this question. So even the concepts are it's a very fundamental question. Let's move to the next question. This is, I like this question, very interesting question. And I think this also came in 2007, the last one also in 2007, this also, and this is also, I'll rate this question as average, not easy definitely, because there's a possibility that you can get stuck in this question. Yep, let EC denote the complement of an event E. So this is basically EC, they're using this symbol, but generally I prefer to use this bar, probability of E complementary event. So I represent complementary event with a bar on top. So I'll go with this convention, the convention I prefer. So let E, F, G be pairwise independent events with PG greater than 0. Now we have to use the concept of independent events in this case. Two events are independent if, like say, like two events A and B are independent if probability of two events are independent if probability of one does not affect the probability of other event, or happening of one does not affect the chances of happening of other event. That's the scenario which we call as independence या independent events. एक के होने से दूसरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. One is not affecting the other. So when such scenario exists, we say events are independent events. Mathematically, it's easy to understand if we say probability A given B. So it's a conditional probability of A after knowing that B has already occurred. That's how we define conditional probability. B event has already occurred. Now find probability of event A. After using this condition that B has already occurred, you have to find probability of event A. That's a conditional probability. Now if this conditional probability becomes equal to PA, if probability A given B becomes equals to A, or probability B given A equal to B. What does it mean? It means that B is not able to affect A, B is not able to influence A, B is not able to change A. Right? That's why A is independent of B, because A की probability B के बाद निकाली, वो A की probability की original probability के बराबर ही आ गई, तो B के बाद निकालने का कोई फायदा नहीं हुआ. So what does it mean? B is not able to impact A, B is not able to affect A, so A and B are independent events. And if A is independent of B, B is also independent of A. So don't need to check both of them. There is an OR condition between them. So if A is independent of B, B is also independent of A. Then A and B are independent. That's the definition of are independent. This is the formula to find probability of intersection of two events. Probability A given A intersection B. So multiplication theorem. Multiplication theorem is a theorem that we use to find probability of intersection of two events. Probability of event A into probability of B given A. That's the formula. You write probability of event A and then probability B given A. That's now when events are independent events, B is independent of A or A is independent of B, we can replace this as a probability of event B. So in case of independent events, this multiplication theorem changes. It becomes like this, right? So in this question, it is given that E, F, G and are pairwise independent. They are pairwise. Taken two at a time, they are independent. तो हमें ये हमें पता चल गया probability E intersection F is probability E into probability of F because they are pairwise independent. Probability F intersection G is probability of F into probability of G. Probability E intersection G is probability E into probability G. So we have this given in the question, pairwise independent. And then other thing is PG, probability of G is greater than 0. So it is a possible event, it's not impossible event. And if we taken three at a time, if we take intersection of all three, E intersection F intersection G, this is 0. So there's no common element in E, F and G. They cannot happen together. That's given in the question. Now let's come to what we are supposed to find in this question. So we need to find the probability of this event. Probability E complement intersection F complement given G. We have to find this conditional probability, right? Neither E happens nor happens given that G happens. So we apply conditional probability formula. Probability E intersection F intersection G divided by probability G. So we're using this conditional probability formula. Conditional probability formula is like probability A given B is in element form. Formula is like this: common elements of A and B divided by number of elements in B. And then in probability form, conditional probability of A given B is probability A intersection B divided by probability of event B. So you need to know these formulas to use this to solve this question, and there are a few more questions based on conditional probability, and there also we're going to use the same formula, right? So we have these two formulas: probability A given B in element form and probability A given B in probability form. So I've used the formula in probability form. Element वाला भी use कर सकते हैं, कोई problem नहीं है. So after using this, like see, then यहाँ से जो अगला step है, that might be a little confusing because generally like you have these relationships with you and you try to manipulate use those relationship here to. तो ये एकदम कहाँ अगला स्टेप करना क्या है, कहाँ जाना है, मतलब यहाँ से आप कुछ कुछ करने की कोशिश कर सकते हैं. You can, और तीनों इंडिपेंडेंट गिवन है, you cannot apply multiply, you cannot do it like this, probability E complement into probability F complement into probability G, because it means you're assuming all three are independent, but they are pairwise independent, not all three are mutually independent. So you cannot multiply like this. So the next step is a critical step where you can start. But if you look at the choices, that might, because this the way I was going through this question yesterday when I copied this question, so I was just trying to solve this question. So I got an idea when I look at the choices. कि choices में इनको sum और difference form में, sum और difference form में लाना है. So we need to express probability of intersection. Now, to those who I have taught. So I've taught a topic like compound events. Like there was a topic, or maybe all of you would have done the topic. The topic compound events in probability. So subtopic in probability is compound events. So in compound events, we learn how to express compound events in terms of individual probabilities and probabilities of intersection. कि कंपाउंड इवेंट को ब्रेक करके आप उसको कैसे इंडिविजुअल प्रोबेबिलिटीज के फॉर्म में लिखते हैं, और ये इंडिविजुअल प्रोबेबिलिटीज ही हैं. प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ इवेंट ई और ई कॉम्प्लीमेंट, वी कॉल देम एज इंडिविजुअल प्रोबेबिलिटीज. वहां से आइडिया आया कि लेट्स टेक द हेल्प ऑफ द वेन डायग्राम, बिकॉज इन कंपाउंड इवेंट्स वी जस्ट मेक वेन डायग्राम्स एंड सॉल्व क्वेश्चन यूजिंग वेन डायग्राम्स. So I draw the Venn diagram, I draw this event E, I draw this event F, and I draw this event G. And remember that there is nothing common. G will go like this. Why? Because there is, all three cannot happen together. So there should not be a common part in all three of them. There's no common element in all three of them. So that's why. So instead of plotting it like this, this and this, which is a typical way, and then this is the common part of all three, and representing the elements, which common elements of all three, or representing the probability of intersection of all three together, but that is 0 in this question. So I instead of plotting Venn diagram like this, I plotted Venn diagram like this. Now you can see the question is just done with the help of this diagram. Now you represent this probability in the Venn diagram. Not happening of E, not happening of F, but happening of G. तो ये बात, E और F का ना होना और G का होना. Outside E, outside F, but inside G. So you can see I represent this area on Venn diagram. Outside E, outside F, E और F के बाहर जाओ, ये सारा E और F के बाहर पार्ट है. पहले मैंने रेड से बनाया, जो पार्ट E और F के बाहर है वो रेड से रिप्रेजेंट किया है. The part that is outside E and F. नाउ अब जो रेड पार्ट है उसको मैं देखूंगा कि जी के साथ कॉमन लेता हूं मैं, एंड आई ड्रॉ इट विद डिफरेंट कलर, आई ड्रॉ इट विद ब्लू कलर। कि रेड तो हो गया, ई इंटरसेक्शन है, ई इज लाइक नीदर ई नर एफ, आउटसाइड ई एंड आउटसाइड एफ है रेड। नाउ बट अब हमें रेड में से मुझे शॉर्टलिस्ट करना है जो जी में है, रेड पार्ट जो जी में है, द रेड लाइंस जो जी के अंदर है, आई एम प्लॉटिंग देम विद द ब्लू। ये so this is the blue is the probability I'm supposed to find. I need to count how many elements are there in this blue part. ये करना, numerator is that only. ये चाहिए मेरे को, blue part चाहिए. Now to write blue part, you can see I can write blue part as probability of G, पूरा जीरो लिया, माइनस, अब ये इसमें से माइनस कर दिया हमने, ये पार्ट है जो मैं ब्लैक से शेड कर रहा हूँ, ये हमें माइनस करना है, जी में से माइनस करना है कि ब्लू में नहीं है ये भी माइनस करना है, जी में एक्स्ट्रा है, ये माइनस कर दिया हमने, जी में से माइनस कर दिया, जी का पार्ट ई से जो कॉमन है और जी का पार्ट जो एफ से कॉमन है वो भी माइनस किया। So I'm just separating out this numerator. Numerator जो था वो ये blue shading है. So blue पहले मैंने पूरा I'm taking the complete G circle, and then from that I'm removing the two black sections so that I get only the blue part. So this is only the blue part, and then I divide with probability of G. And then I use this formulas which is given in the question. It's given that all events are pairwise independent. So I use the multiplication theorem formula. This probability G intersection E is probability of G into probability of E, and probability of G into probability of F. Now I can take probability G common from each and every term and cancel out, because we have probability of G in denominator also. So I take PG common and cancel out. Probability of G in common, this is 1 minus probability of event E minus probability of event F, and in denominator I have probability of event G. I cancel this with this. So after that I can start looking at the choices, which of the choices is matching, because I have the difference in some form. And 1 minus probability of event E I can write as probability E complement minus probability F, or I can also write this as probability of F complement minus probability E, because I combine 1 with minus PF, so it becomes probability F. Whichever choice matches, I will choose that choice. So this is matching, C choice is matching. So you can see the use of the Venn diagram is a key in solving this question. So both the questions, I'll say the last one and this one, are difficult to score in exam. Though if you look at the solution, I'm sure like it's not a kind of question which you should have not done in exam. But generally, you have to involve Venn diagram. You have to do it with a Venn diagram is something which is important in this question. Now this is again a very typical question. At least I can say, because if I whatever I teach in probability, or if I just look at that, I'll read it as a very typical question, very scoring question. The whole passage is very straightforward. So it's a fair die is tossed repeatedly until a 6 is obtained. So this question is based on the type which I discuss, which I discussed in the class or in my problem solving classes, that order specified at the last stage. There is a constraint or a condition specified at the last stage. So there is a way how you do such question. There are so many questions in the module based on that. So it's a fair die is tossed repeatedly until a 6 is obtained. फेंकते रहेंगे डाई को, थ्रो करते रहेंगे डाई को जब तक कि 6 नहीं आता है. 6 आ गया, हमारा नंबर 6 आ गया, तब हम रुकेंगे. Now let X denote the number of tosses required to get the 6 at the last stage, right? So now in the 36 question number 36 is, or the first question of the passage is probability हमें चाहिए x equal to 3, x equal to 3 चाहिए. So it means we get 6 on the third throw of the die. Find probability that we get 6 on the third throw of the die. So it's something which is very straightforward question है कि die पहले throw करना है, 6 नहीं आना चाहिए. और non 6 मतलब this is like the first throw, मतलब probability I'm just writing just to explain you. Suppose first throw है R1 should not be equal to 3. Second throw, sorry, should not be equal to 6. 6 should come on third throw. R2 should not be equal to 6. But yes, third throw should be equal to 6. This is what we have to multiply all these probability. ये चाहिए. We have first stage and second stage and third stage. So So it's like a order specified at third stage. So पहली stage when we throw a die for the first time, we should not get 6. We should get a number other than 6. So it is 5 by 6. कोई भी number आ सकता है 1 2 3 4 5 में से 6 नहीं आ सकता. 5 favorable है, total 6 है. 5 by 6 is the probability, right? Same way in the second throw we should have number other than 6. So again 5 by 6. But the last throw, third throw should be 6. There is only one favorable way, one favorable outcome is 1. That is a 6. 6 is the only favorable. So it's only number of favorable कितने 1 है, total 6 है, 1 by 6 probability. So it is 5 square by 6 cube. So 25 by 216 ये choice answer आ गया. So you can see such a fundamental question है. Now 37th is probability x greater than or equals to 3. And you know, probability, it means that to get, so this means probability x greater than or equal to 3 means x equal to 3, x equal to 4, x equal to 5. So and up till what it will go on. See, let's analyze this again. Probability x equal to 3 means 6 occurs on the third throw of the die, right? So this is like 6 occurs on the fourth throw of the die. First 3 throws are non-6, and then fourth throw पे 6 आ गया, and then we stop doing. So now how many possible throws, till how long this experiment can go on? How many maximum number of throws are possible? I'll say it is infinity. You keep throwing the die and you're not getting 6. It can happen up to infinity. And you have to be very unlucky to have that, or maybe that 6 I need, 6 must be your like unlucky number, then only it will happen. But yes, it is possible. It's possible that you keep on throwing die forever and you're not getting number 6. So up to how many throws कि हमारा 5 throws में आया, 6 हमारा 6 throw में आया, 7 throw में आया, it can go up to infinity, right? So we just have to, whatever we did for r x equal to 3, we have to do it for x equal to 3 again, and then 4, and then 5. So just have to repeat what we discussed. So probability x equal to 3 था हमारा 5 square over 6 cube. I just copied that from there. X equal to 4 means 5 by 6, first throw non-6, second throw non-6, third throw non-6, and then fourth throw is 6. Yeah. And then probability x equal to 5. Probability x equal to 5 means 6 will come on the fifth throw. So for what will happen in the first 4 throws? Non-6. So non-6 is not coming in the first row, 6 is not coming, non-6 in 4 throws, and then we have 6. And go up to infinity. And now you can see it is infinite GP. Infinite GP इसको ऐसे ही लिख लेते हैं, same format में तो दिख जाएगा आपको. It is 5 into 5 divided by 6 into 6 into 6 है ये, 1 by 6 ऐसे है ये. So you can see अब common ratio क्या आ रही है, ये part जो है ये part सब में है ये. So हर बार 5 by 6 से बढ़ रहा है. You can see this is the first term B है and this is the common ratio R जिससे अब multiply कर रहे हैं. So sum of infinite terms of infinite GP is 1 over B minus R. So B over 1 minus R. B is 25 over 216, that's B, divided by 1 minus R. R is 5 by 6. So it is 25 by 216 into 1 by 6. So it's come out to be 25 divided by 36. That's a B choice, 25 divided by 36. Now we have to repeat the same thing for the 38th part. Conditional probability है. The conditional probability है, conditional probability x greater than or equal to 6 given that x greater than 3. So you know, this is we apply the conditional probability formula. Probability x greater than or equal to 6 भी होना चाहिए, intersection probability x greater than 3 divided by probability x greater than 3. And now you can see probability x greater than or equal to 6 और x greater, दोनों को common part लेना है. 3 से बड़ा और 6 से बड़ा, 6 or more than 6 and greater than 6. Common part is probability, sorry, what happened? I think it is gone. I can write again. Probability x, we define conditional probability x greater than or equal to 6 given that probability x greater than 3. So you apply conditional probability formula, probability x greater than or equals to 6 intersected with probability x greater than 3 divided by probability x greater than 3. Now probability numerator में we have to take the common of the two. Intersection means common है, दोनों साथ में कब happen होंगे, जब number of tosses required 3 से ज़्यादा हो और नंबर ऑफ टॉसेस रिक्वायर्ड 6 से 6 से ज़्यादा हो, ऐसे कौन से केसेस है? सो इट इज जस्ट प्रोबेबिलिटी x ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 6, कॉमन पार्ट इज दिस, डिवाइड बाय प्रोबेबिलिटी x ग्रेटर देन 3, ये करना है हमें. Probability x greater than equal to 6 means probability x equal to 6 plus probability x equal to 7 goes on, divided by up to infinity, divided by probability x equal to 4 plus x equal to 5 goes on up to infinity. Now in numerator we just see x equal to 6 means 6 will occur on the 6th row. We know 6 throws to get 6. So what will happen in the first 5 throws? First 5 throws में 5 by 6 आएगा, non 6 आएगा, and then 1 by 6. Same here, 5 by 6 to the power 6 into 1 by 6 goes on. In denominator also, 6 occurs on the 4th row. So what will happen in the first 3 throws? First 3 throws में तो 6 नहीं आएगा, so 5 by 6 is the probability cube into 1 by. I'm just saving the time because I explained in the previous part कि like 4th row में 6 आने का मतलब है पहले 5 by 6 फिर 5 by 6 फिर first 3 throws में 5 by 6 आएगा. So it is 5 by 6 3 times, 5 by 6 cube goes on like this. So both of them are infinite GPs. Where numerator में first term is 5 by 6 to the power 5 into 1 by 6 and common ratio is 5 by 6. In denominator also the first term is 5 by 6 whole cube into 1 by 6 and common ratio is 5 by 6. So we cancel this whole denominator. पूरा cancel हो गया ये, और 1 by 6 भी cancel हो गया. 5 by 6 to the power 5 रह गया, 5 by 6 की 5th पावर को डिवाइड करना है 5 by 6 की 3rd पावर पे, तो कैंसिल होके आ गया 5 by 6 का होल स्क्वायर which is 25 by 36. That's 25 by 36 D choice. So you can see this just a pure scoring question. As compared to last two question, this I'll say is a very straightforward question. This is कोई ऐसा कोई concept ही नहीं है इसमें कि. Now this is again a question which I would rate as easy and you should score in this question in exam. There's nothing great in this. Probability, it is given that probability of this conditional probability of x given y is half. Probability y given x is 1 by 3 and probability x intersection y is 1 by 6. Now if you just look at these three, you should get an idea that you can, with the help of these three, you can find probability of event x and probability of event y using the conditional probability formula, using multiplication theorem. Probability x intersection y is probability of x into probability y given x. If you apply this formula, we know left hand side 1 by 6, we know probability of x nahi pata hame, but we know probability y given x, that's 1 by 3. So probability of x is half, right? Same way we apply the same formula, condition multiplication theorem, but this time we apply multiplication theorem like this. We apply on y intersection x is probability of y into probability x given y, and from this is 1 by 6, this is probability of y, we need to find this. Probability x given y is half, so we get probability of y equal to 1 by 3. Now when we get probability of x and probability of y, we just need to check the choices. We need to check whether this matches or not. To check this, see, probability x intersection y, sorry, x union y, we apply the formula is multiplication theorem, total probability formula, probability of x plus probability of y minus probability x intersection y is a total probability formula for taking two events. You know probability of x is half, this is 1 by 3, probability of intersection is 1 by 6. If you take LCM 6, so it is 3 plus 2 minus 1, it is 4 by 6, that is 2 by 3. And yes, A is correct, 2 by 3 is correct. X and y are independent event, we can check. We know probability x intersection y, that is 1 by 6. Now we can check what is probability of x into probability of y. हमने को multiply किया हमने half into 1 by 3. So it is 1 by 6 and the two are equal. You can see if I compare these two, if I compare this and with this, so what I'm getting is probability x intersection y is probability of x into probability of y, and this means that x and y are independent events. So x and y independent. X and y are not independent. This is wrong because x and y are independent. ये check करना है probability x complement intersection y. Now if x and y are independent, then x complement and y are also independent. वो भी independent है. So x complement intersection y की probability हमने लिख ली, probability x complement into probability of y. Probability x complement is half, क्योंकि x की probability half है तो complement की भी half है, and probability of y is 1/3. It's coming out to 1/6, and that is wrong. So you can see there's nothing in this question. So that's why sometimes some of you must be finding this topic difficult, because in a module there are so many questions, and sometimes you get overwhelmed with so many questions. Sometimes you're able to solve, sometimes not able. So just see, you never know, maybe in JEE 2013 you get the question based on probability of the same level, this level, and just because you were not confident on probability because of the number of questions in the module, and you just left, you just could not solve this question in exam. Doesn't make sense. So irrespective of how much you could solve the module, you have to have your confidence on the topic. If you know the fundamentals, you need to have that confidence in the topic. And I know it's difficult, because when you're not able to solve questions in the module, you lose your confidence. But you need this need to, the situation is that you need to show your smartness. ये क्वेश्चन ये सॉल्व करने हैं तो मॉड्यूल में वो जो 100 क्वेश्चन है वो डिफिकल्ट भी है, तो नहीं हुआ तो नहीं हुआ, वो क्या करने की, you don't need to solve them. There's another question which I would rate as a scoring question. I'm not sure, like I'll rate it as easy, but it can be average, depends how you do it. Let me go through this question, and then I'll mention why I'm so doubtful. E and F be two independent events. The probability that exactly one of them occurs is 11/5. Independent event and probability exactly one of them. Exactly one of them means X happens, E or F, sorry. Probability E happens but not F. Probability F happens but not E. What's happening? Probability E intersection E happens but not F, plus probability F happens but not E. This is exactly one. E is happening but not F, but F is happening not E. Exactly one event is happening. That is 11/25 is given in the question. But see, E and F are independent events, and if E and F are independent, E complement and F complement are also independent, or E complement F and E and F complement ये भी independent होंगी. तो यहाँ probability लगा सकते हैं, probability of E into probability of F complement plus probability of E complement into probability of F equal to 11/25. Other thing given in this question is probability none of them occurs. None of them means neither E nor F. E complement intersection F complement is 2/25. And here also we can do the same thing. Probability E complement into probability F complement equals to 2/25. अब यहाँ पे हमने अब इनको वेरिएबल्स मान लेते हैं, एक्सरसाइज सॉल्व करना है बेसिकली. एक ही क्वेश्चन ये गिवन है हमें, एक ही क्वेश्चन ये गिवन है, and we know that probability of E is 1 minus probability E complement is 1 minus probability E, probability F complement is 1 minus probability. Using all these equations we have to find P and PF. That's the question, manipulate करना है. So first of all, instead of using P and PF, let's define variables X and Y. तो इस क्वेश्चन में जो स्मार्टनेस है वो यही है कि आप इसको X जनरली जल्दी में क्या करोगे आप, let the probability of event E be X, let probability of event E be X and that of F be Y. उससे भी हो जाएगा, मतलब कर लेना, मेरे को भी क्या कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी आएगी, मतलब I'm not exactly sure of that, but definitely instead of this choice, if you this is simpler. Probability E complement X, probability F complement equal to Y. Complements को X और Y मान लिया हमने instead of probabilities को लेने के बजाय, कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री इवेंट को अज्यूम कर लिया. उससे क्या एडवांटेज है, ये क्वेश्चन देखो आप, ये क्वेश्चन 1 to नंबर भी कर दिया मैंने. इफ यू जस्ट लुक एट द सेकंड इक्वेशन, इट इज प्योरली xy इक्वल टू 2/25 है. इफ यू लुक एट द फर्स्ट इक्वेशन, उसको इतना फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा, वो तो सिमेट्री है, उसमें फर्क नहीं पड़ता आपकी इसको ई लें या इसको एक्स और वाई लें या इसको एक्स. फर्स्ट सेकंड इक्वेशन में फर्क पड़ रहा है. सेकंड इक्वेशन इजी हो गई है अगर आपने कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स को एक्स और वाई माना है, कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स की प्रोबेबिलिटी को एक्स वाई माना आपने. सेकंड इक्वेशन इजी हो गई. इफ यू गो बैक टू द फर्स्ट इक्वेशन, इट इज प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ इवेंट ई इज 1 minus x, प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ f complement is y, probability of E complement is x, probability f is 1 minus y. equals to 11 by 25. Now you have to solve these two equations in two variables. It's totally different question now. Solve for x and y है. How we solve it? We open this. So यहाँ से y आया, यहाँ से x आया. So x plus y आ गया minus 2 times xy equals to 11 by 25. So it is x plus y equals to 11 by 25 plus 2 into xy. xy की value 2 by 25. 2 into 2 by 25. I'm replacing the value of x by y. xy. Replace the value of xy here. So यहाँ से x plus y आ गया हमारा 15 by 25 and that is 3 by 5. अब ये तो typical solving है. x plus y पता है आपको xy पता है 2 by 25. दोनों को solve करना है. तरीका यही होता है, हम ये करते हैं x minus y निकाल लेते हैं. x minus using this identity. x minus y whole square is x plus y whole square minus 4 times xy using this identity. X plus y whole square is 9 by 25 minus 4 times 2 by 25. So it is 1 by 25. So from this we get x minus y equals to plus minus 1 by 5. We know x plus y equals to 3 by 5. X minus y equals to 1 by 5 लिया. Just a minute. I'll come back. Just a minute. So now just the solving part left. We just add these two. If we add these two and divide by 2, so x is, if we add these two is 4 by 5, divided by 2 is 2 by 5. And if we take x equal to 2 by 5, y is 1 by 5. But now probability of event E is, it's a probability of, E complement. So probability of event E is 3 by 5. Probability of F is 4 by 5. So we got 3 by 5 and 4 by 5. 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 ये D choice है. लेकिन अभी जल्दी में मत करना, इससे more than one choice correct kind of question है. We have another option of x minus 5. So we have x plus 5 equals to 3 by 5. X minus is minus 1 by 5. If we add and divide by 2, it is 1 by 5. If we replace or we subtract these two and divide by 2, subtract these two and divide by 2 is y is 1 by 5. So and then add किया तो 1 by 5 वो, subtract किया तो 2 by 5 वो, subtract करके 2 से divide की 2 by 5. So it means probability of event is 4 by 5 and probability of event F is 3 by 5. So another option 4/5, 3/5. ये choice is also correct. और वैसे भी देख सकते थे कि सिमेट्री है तो एक ही आंसर है तो ये आंसर भी करेक्ट होगा बिकॉज दोनों इक्वेशन में सिमेट्री है. ऐसे भी देख सकते थे. इफ यू लुक एट द टू इक्वेशंस अगेन, so these are two equations. There is symmetry between x and y. So whatever value x can take, the same value y should be also able to take because of symmetry in x and y. So that way also the both the answers are correct. So this is a question based on circular permutation. And you know, only the fundamental thing that you need to know in circular permutation is that that if you have to arrange, say, three objects, A1, A2, A3, if you have to arrange them, order them in a linear manner, you know, the arrangement is possible arrangement we can do is in 3 factorial ways, right? But if you have to do the same arrangement in circle, then it is, you know, 3 minus 1 factorial. It is 2 factorial ways. So that's a fundamental thing because in circle, because in when we do linear permutation, we say A1, A2, A3, A2, A3, A1, A3, A1, A2. All these three are different in linear permutation. You can see these orders are different orders. But in circular permutation, all three orders are same. So A1, because see A1, A2, A3 ये order आ रहा है. आप कहेंगे एक तरीका ये सर्कल में ऐड करने का A1, A2, A3 कर दो. फिर आप करो A2, A3, A1 कर दो, सेम ही है. Then you are saying it start with A3 and then A1 and then A2. So again the same thing. So A1, A2, A3, A2, A3, A1, A3, it's the same thing. All three of them are same in circular permutation. ये तीन मिला के एक ही बन जाते हैं सर्कुलर परमुटेशन में. तो ऐसे ही अगर n होते हैं तो n मिला के एक ही बन जाते हैं, तो n से डिवाइड करना पड़ता है. दैट्स व्हाई n फैक्टोरियल डिवाइड बाय n हो जाता है. So I don't want to derive it, but I'm giving you an idea why the circular permutations, we can do less permutations, less ordering in circle as compared to linear in a line, because of this only. So that's the so let's see this question. What question is this? So one Indian and 4 American men and their wives. So basically there are like pair hai. So you can say P1 pair, P2 pair, P3 pair, P4 and P5. Suppose this is Indian couple, is a better word to say than pair. This is an Indian couple, and these are 4 American couples. Now it's given that they have to be seated randomly around a circular table, or to be seated randomly around. Then the conditional probability that Indian man is seated adjacent to his wife, P1 टुगेदर कर दिया मैंने, P1 कपल सिट टुगेदर, इसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालनी. कंडीशन प्रोबेबिलिटी है गिवन to his wife, given that each American man is sitting adjacent to his wife, given P2, P3, P4, P5 sit together. Sit together means sit in pair, sit in together, sit in pair, sit with their spouse, sit with their spouses. So ये condition probability निकालनी है. Probability P1 pair is together, that Indian couple is sitting together, Indian man is sitting with his wife, and Indian man is sitting with his spouse. Given that all the 4 American pairs are sitting together, all 4 American men are sitting with their wives. Given that, apply the formula. Probability P1 intersection ये भी होना चाहिए, दोनों इंडियन भी साथ होने चाहिए और अमेरिकन भी साथ में होने चाहिए. So probability न्यूमरेटर हो गया P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, all couples sit together. Given that probability American couple sit together. So now just have to, it's almost done. और यहाँ पे मैं ज़रूरत नहीं है कि मैं प्रोबेबिलिटी एलिमेंट वाला फॉर्मूला लगा सकते हैं, क्योंकि मैं बेटर है कि एलिमेंट बेटर रहेगा, एलिमेंट वाला फॉर्मूला पे प्रोबेबिलिटी हटा दिया. सो नंबर ऑफ वेज, हम नंबर ऑफ वेज बेटर है कहना, नंबर ऑफ वेज इन विच ऑल 5 कपल्स आर सिटिंग टुगेदर. सो व्हाट वी डू, हम 5 कपल हैं, उनको आपस में सर्कुलर वे में अरेंज करना है. एंड हाउ मेनी वेज वी कैन डू दैट, वी से 4 फैक्टोरियल बिकॉज 5 कपल्स वी कैन ऑर्डर देम 4 फैक्टोरियल, एंड देन यू मल्टीप्लाई विद you know, जो couple में in pair P1 and couple P1 we have two people, say I1 I2. So we can order among themselves. We can then change the relative position. Suppose अगर ऐसे यहाँ पे ये इंडियन कपल बैठा है I1 यहाँ पे और I2 यहाँ पे है और बाकी सब अमेरिकन है, and see I can what I can do is I can interchange the man and his wife. This I can change the seats of Indian man and his wife. I1 I2 I2 I1 कर सकता हूँ मैं, ये कर सकता हूँ. सो आपस में ऑर्डर कर सकता हूँ मैं, तभी इंडियन कपल साथ ही होगा, आपस में उनकी पोजीशन चेंज कर सकता हूँ. सो टू फेटरल हो गया. तो ऐसे ही मैं जितने भी अमेरिकन कपल्स हैं उनकी भी आपस में पोजीशन चेंज कर सकता हूँ. सो टू फेटरल फॉर ईच कपल विल कम. वी कैन फर्दर ऑर्डर couples among each other. We can order the two husband wife among each other in two federal ways, and there are 5 couples, so 2 federal to the power 5 आएगा. अब डिवाइड करना, डिवीजन में अमेरिकन कपल्स सिट टुगेदर. तो इसमें अमेरिकन कपल्स को मैं मेक श्योर करना है सिट टुगेदर है. सो वी हैव P2 P3 P4 P5, ये 4 कपल है और I1 I2 है. इंडियंस पे कोई कंडीशन नहीं है, इंडियन मैन एंड वुमन पे कोई कंडीशन नहीं है. तो साथ हो भी सकते हैं, नहीं भी हो सकते, तो उनको इंडिपेंडेंट मानना है इस बार. तो इनको हमें इस बार ऑर्डर करना है इसके अंदर, सर्कुलर के अंदर, कि अमेरिकन कपल्स को ही मेक श्योर करना है साथ बैठे हैं. तो इनको हमने 6 लोग हैं, सो डिनोमिनेटर इज 5 फैक्टोरियल. 6 पीपल कैन अरेंज इन 5 फैक्टोरियल वेज इन अराउंड अ सर्कल, एंड देन वी हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट ये आपस में इंटरचेंज कर सकते हैं अपनी पोजीशन. सो वी 2 फैक्टोरियल टू द पावर 4, right? So because each couple can be ordered among themselves in 2 federal ways, 2 federal to the 4. Now I just have to simplify. This is 1 by 5. I cancel 4 federal by 4 federal cancel कर दिया तो 5 रह गया. यहाँ 5 रह गया कैंसिल करके, ये 5 बचा और यहाँ पे 2 बचा. So it is 2 by 5. Answer is 2 by 5. C choice. So answer is not mentioned. में भी मान लेते हैं ठीक होगा. So this is a very interesting question. Omega is the cube root of unity. A fair die is thrown 3 times. If R1, R2, R3 be the numbers obtained on the die, so R1 belongs to this set. R1 is a number obtained by throwing a die and observing its top face. Same way R2 can be any of the numbers from 1 to 6. And R3 also any of the numbers from 1 to 6. So after that we obtain R1, R2, R3 and replace them as powers of omega like this. और we have to find probability that this expression is 0. इसके 0 होने की probability निकालनी है हमें. You have to find probability that omega to the power R1, omega to the power R2 plus omega to the power R3 is 0. So ये अब 0 होता कैसे है, ये आप ऑब्जर्व करो. 1 plus omega square is 0. Omega plus omega to the power 5 plus omega omega to the power 6, ये भी 0 है. Why it is 0? Because this is omega square simplified to omega square and this is simplified to 1. That's why it is 0. So और अगर एग्जांपल लें omega to the power 6 है, omega cube है, ये लें जो कि 1 हो गया, फिर omega square लें और plus omega to the power 4 लें. This is also 0. I'm just showing you some. This is 0, this is 0, this is also 0. Because it is 1, it is omega square and it is omega. So 0 कब होगा? 0 जब होगा आप देखो कि 1 ओमेगा ओमेगा स्क्वायर है. इसमें से एक ये इसको 1 को लिख लो ओमेगा क्यूब समझने के लिए. ये मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 है. ये ओमेगा टू द पावर 1 मतलब मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 की एक ज्यादा है. मतलब ओमेगा 0 इज मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 एंड देन 1 इज मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 1. दिस इज मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 1 एंड दिस मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 2. तो एक इसमें 3 के होना चाहिए. मतलब सपोज R1 3 के है, एक मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 1 होना चाहिए पावर, एंड थर्ड पावर शुड बी मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 2 होना चाहिए. इफ द पावर्स हैव दिस रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन देम देन इट इज 0, राइट. फॉर एग्जांपल ये दिस इज मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 1, मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 2 है ये, और ये मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 है. हर केस में ऐसा होगा, एक मल्टीपल ऑफ 3, एक मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 से एक ज्यादा, एक मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 से दो ज्यादा. ये कॉम्बिनेशन आना ही पड़ेगा हर एक जगह में. ये मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 2 है, मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 है ये, और ये मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 1 है. ये चीज चाहिए. तो हमें अब तीन मतलब ऐसे समझो कि मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 है. ये है मल्टीपल ऑफ 3, 3 6, ये ले लिया हमने. दिस इज मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 1, 1 and 4, एंड दिस इज 2 and 5. So I just out of the 6 top faces of the die, I just divided them to 3 categories. Multiple of 3, 3k, multiple of 3 plus 1, multiple of 3 plus 2. राइट, ये कर लिया हमने, ये आ गया. अब ये आने के बाद हमें देखना है कि अब हाउ इट इज पॉसिबल, कि हमें करना है क्या, एक पावर यहाँ से चूज करनी है, एक पावर यहाँ से और एक पावर यहाँ से. राइट, एक पावर इस ग्रुप में से आनी चाहिए, एक पावर इसमें से, एक पावर इसमें से. एक पावर इसमें से चूज करी कितने वेज में, 2c1 वेज में, ये भी 2c1 वेज में, ये 2c1 वेज में. तो फेवरेबल, दिस इज द वे इन विच वी कैन चूज पावर्स. लेकिन अब ये है कि ऐसे भी हो सकते हैं कि ये R1 है, इनके आपस में ऑर्डरिंग भी करनी है, R1, R2, R3, but this can be R2 and this can be R1 or this can be R3. So whatever we are choosing, we have to order them among themselves. So we multiply with 3 factorial. कि powers को आपस में order करना है जो, right? क्योंकि R2, R3, R1 हो सकता है, या R3, R1, R2 हो सकता है. So we can order them among 3 factorial ways. Denominator is now in denominator we have to choose 3 numbers. We have to choose R1. We have to choose so it is 6 cube. कि हर नंबर R1 चूज करना, मतलब R2 चूज करना और R3 चूज करना. R1 we can choose in 6 ways, R2 we can choose in 6 ways and R3 we can choose in 6 ways. These are the favorable ways. किस तरह से चूज करना है कि ओमेगा टू द पावर R1 प्लस ओमेगा टू द पावर R2 प्लस ये 0 हो जाए. तो ये हमने फेवरेबल वेज है चूज करने के लिए, कि एक हमने मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 चूज किया, एक मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 1 चूज किया, एक मल्टीपल ऑफ 3 प्लस 2 चूज किया. ये चूज करने के बाद उनके आपस में ऑर्डरिंग कर दी, बिकॉज कि ये R1 अगर मान रहे हैं तो ये R2 R1 R2 R3 है, तो ये R2 R3 1 भी ऐसे हो सकते हैं. So we just order that. Now this should give us the answer. 8 into 6 divided by 6 into 6 into 6. I cancel this with this, and I cancel 4 also, and I get 9 here. 2 by 9. Yes, 2 by 9. Answer is C. So you can see interesting question है. So omega is involved and all. So probability and then omega is involved. It's an interesting question. You can also make the cases बना के भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन cases में बहुत ज़्यादा आ जाएंगे. So this is a better way. This is also a very interesting question. So I grouped all these interesting questions where multiple things are involved. In the last question, complex number and then probability were involved. The two topics were involved. And in this question, the coordinate geometry and the probability is involved. The probability question, but the coordinate geometry is involved in this question. Again, very interesting question. So we have system of equations here, two linear equations here, ax plus by equal to 0, cx plus dy equal to 0, where a, b, c, d belong to 0 to 1. It can be either 0 or 1. So coefficients can be 0 or 1 होंगे. Probability that system of equation has a unique solution. That's a statement 1. This system of equation has a unique solution. इसकी क्या chances है, क्या probability है? Statement 2 is probability that system of equation has a solution. So दोनों check करनी है. System of equation has a solution. तो I'll give you just example कि जैसे आपकी ये lines हैं, ax plus by equal to 0, cx plus dy equal to 0. You know, a can be 0, a can be 1, b can be 0, b can be 1, same way c can be 0, c can be 1, d can be 0, d can be 1. So equation जैसे आपकी equation बनी, 0 0 लिया आपने तो पहले वो नहीं लेते कि a को 0 b, ये लिया आपने पहले केस कि a 0 b 1. 4 केस बनेंगे इसके अंदर, 4 इक्वेशंस ये बनेंगी. आपकी ये देखा है तो ये बनेगी. दोनों को 1 लेते हैं तो ये आता है. I'm taking time to explain you. I'm not solving it. I'm explaining the question first. दोनों को 1 लिया तो ये आता है. अगर a को 0 b को 1 लिया तो ये आएगा. a को 1 b को 0, we get this. दोनों को 0 लेंगे तो 0 equal to 0 आएगा. ये सेम वे यहाँ पे ये बनेगा x plus y equal to 0 when you take c and d both equal to 1, c equal to 0, d equal to 1. ये c equal to d equal to 1 है. ये c equal to 0, d equal to 1, c equal to 1, d equal to 0, 0 equal to 0, 0 0, c 0 equal to 0. Yeah, same way on this side. A equal to b equal to 1, a equal to 0, b equal to 1, a equal to 1, b equal to 0, a equal to b equal to 0. Yeah, so you can see in these two cases basically these are the lines passing through origin. Line ऐसे हो सकती है, ऐसे हो सकती है. x plus एक line ऐसे हो गई. When you say x plus y equal to 0, oh sorry, x plus y. तो लाइन आप जैसे अगर सारे केस लें, आप ये वाला केस पहली लाइन ऐसे ली तो अब ये दोनों अपने केस, दोनों लाइन कोइंसिडेंट हो गई ऐसे. या फिर ऑल पॉसिबल केसेस, एक लाइन ऐसे हो सकती है, एक लाइन y एक्सिस हो सकती है, एक लाइन x एक्सिस हो सकती है. तो ऑल केसेस में आप देखो ओरिजिन सब हमेशा सेटिस्फाई करेगा इसको, दोनों लाइंस को ओरिजिन सेटिस्फाई करेगा इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ ओरिजिन से, सबको सब पे ओरिजिन सबको सेटिस्फाई करे. सो बेसिकली दीज टू इक्वेशंस आर ऑलवेज कंसिस्टेंट. सॉल्यूशन कंसिस्टेंट मींस हैव अ सॉल्यूशन. सिस्टम ऑफ इक्वेशन इज सेड टू बी कंसिस्टेंट. कंसिस्टेंट वर्ड है भी नहीं इसमें. अच्छा, probability system equation has a solution, but otherwise we say it's a consistent. We use a consistent word. So this system of equation is consistent or definitely has a solution because 0 0 0 तो है ही है, राइट. एक सोल्यूशन तो पक्का ही होगा, ज्यादा भी हो सकते हैं, इनफाइनाइट भी हो सकते हैं. जैसे जब भी आपने x+5 लिया तो ओवरलैप हो गया तो इनफाइनाइट सोल्यूशन हो गया. y=0 लिया, y=0 लिया, इनफाइनाइट सोल्यूशन है. y=0 लिया, x=0 यूनिक सोल्यूशन है 0 0. तो लेकिन सोल्यूशन तो होगा. सो स्टेटमेंट बी इज ऑलवेज करेक्ट बिकॉज द सिस्टम डेफिनेटली हैज अ सोल्यूशन. दिस स्टेटमेंट इज करेक्ट. स्टेटमेंट वन इज प्रोबेबिलिटी द सिस्टम ऑफ इक्वेशन हैज अ यूनिक सोल्यूशन. सोल्यूशन यूनिक होना चाहिए. तो मैं ये सब केसेस हटाने हैं, राइट. जैसे आपने यहाँ से x+y=0 लिया और यहाँ भी x+y=0 लिया, दोनों लाइन ओवरलैप कर गई, इनफाइनाइट सोल्यूशन हो गए. या फिर आपने यहाँ भी अपने y एक्सिस लिया, फर्स्ट इक्वेशन सेकंड इक्वेशन, ये y एक्सिस हो गया, इनफाइनाइट सोल्यूशन है. या दोनों में एक्सेसेस हो गया, इनफाइनाइट सोल्यूशन है. या दोनों के अंदर 0=0 हो गया, इनफाइनाइट सोल्यूशन है. वो सारे केसेस हटाने हैं आपने. सो ये दैट्स व्हाई हाउ आई एक्सप्लेन यू द क्वेश्चन कि कैसे करना है इसमें. तो अभी बाइंग इंस्पेक्शन देखना है या कैसे भी, मतलब ये बाइंग इंस्पेक्शन नहीं है इसमें, ये ए है, ये बी है, सी डी. पॉसिबल वैल्यूज देखनी है अपनी क्या हो सकती है सो दैट सिस्टम हैज अ यूनिक सोल्यूशन. तो देखो पहले अगर आपने ए को 1 लिया, बी को 1 लिया, ये लो 3 1 होंगे तो पक्का सोल्यूशन आएगा. जिससे इसका मतलब हो गया x+y=0 ले रहे हैं आप, और यहाँ से आप x=0 ले रहे हैं. तो डेफिनेटली, सॉरी, know what's happening. Again, I have to draw this. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. I'm taking the case where 3 ones and 1 0. So it means that x+y=0 line लिया आपने, and then you are taking D0 means x=0 लिया आपने, ये लिया. So it is, definitely has a unique solution. एक ये y x+y=0 line है, एक y axis, x=0 means y axis. तो यूनिक सोल्यूशन आ गया. तो जब 3 टाइम्स 1 आएगा तो यूनिक सोल्यूशन आएंगे. 0 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 and other 3 ones can be. ये 3 1 आ गए, ये 3 1 आ गए. पहले 0 थर्ड पोजीशन पर आ गया, 1 1 1. सो ये 4 सोल्यूशन तो यूनिक हो गए हमारे, राइट. और यूनिक कैसे हो सकते हैं आपने देखना है बाय इंस्पेक्शन. तब हो सकते हैं ना वाई एक्सिस एक्सिस इंटरसेक्ट करेगी, वाई एक्सिस एक्स एक्सिस है, तो वो केस हो गया. कि यहाँ से वाई एक्सिस 10 एक्स एक्सिस 1 0, ये आ गया x=0 बनाइए, और यहाँ से 0 1, यहाँ से वाई एक्सिस बना चाहिए उल्टा. एक साइड से एक्सिस, दूसरी साइड से वाई एक्सिस. यहाँ यहाँ ये बना x=0, ये बना x=0, ये बना y=0. यूनिक सोल्यूशन इज ऑरिजिन. अदर वे अराउंड, ये 0 1, this is y=0 बनाएंगे, and if I take it as a 1 0, this is x=0. Unique solution. So these are the 6 cases in which case we have a unique solution. So out of the 16 cases possible, A can take 2 values, B can take 2 values, C can take 2 values, D can. So out of the 16 cases, जो 16 cases बनते हैं total, उसमें से ये 6 cases हैं, we will have unique solution. So possible values A, B, C, D can take are 16, right? And the favorable ways so that we can have the unique solutions, possible values of A, B, C, D is like, they can be, these are the 6 cases where they can generate the unique solution. तो आप बाकी सोच के देख लो कि बाकी और केस लोगे आपने. 3 को 3 0 लिया तो बिल्कुल नहीं बनेगा. देखो 3 0 में तो ये 2 0 लेते ही है, तो इनफाइनाइट हर वैल्यू सेटिस्फाई कर रही है इसको, इसके इनफाइनाइट सोल्यूशन हो गए, राइट. और यहाँ पे आपने लिया वाई एक्सिस इसको, इसके इनफाइनाइट सोल्यूशन है, इसके भी इनफाइनाइट है क्योंकि पूरी वाई एक्सिस आ गई, तो इनफाइनाइट हो गया. ऐसे 3 0 वाले सारे केस उड़ गए. जैसे आप खुद देख सकते हैं, या फिर ऐसे लेते हैं यहाँ पे 1 0 1 0, यहाँ से भी एक्स एक्सिस, यहाँ से भी एक्स एक्सिस, पूरी एक्सिस ओवरलैप कर गई, वो हट गया. 0 1 0 1, वाई एक्सिस पूरी ओवरलैप कर जाएंगी, चारों 1 हट जाएंगे सारे. तो ये इस तरह के हमने सारे केसेस हटा दिए. हमने आउट ऑफ द 16 केसेस 10 केसेस हटाए हैं ऐसे. तो ये चारों 0 केस वाला केस हट गया है ना. मैं आपको 8 केस स्विंग हटा दिए, फटा बता दिए कैसे हटेंगे, राइट. 1 1 0 0 हटेगा, 0 0 1 1 2, और ये 10 केस हट गए. देखो यहाँ से ये 4 केस ये हैं, ये 2 केस ये हैं, दो केस ये हैं, ऑल वन ऑल जीरो, और दो केस ये हैं, क्योंकि ये यहाँ पे लाइन है y प्लस एक्स इक्वल टू जीरो, लेकिन ये कहता है मैं सारे सोल्यूशन सेटिस्फाई करेगा, जीरो में ऑल सोल्यूशन विल सेटिस्फाई। तो लाइन पे जितने भी सोल्यूशन है सारे के सारे सेटिस्फाई करने, कॉमन सोल्यूशन हो गए। तो 10 सोल्यूशन हमने हटा दिए इनसे, right? So if you think in terms of lines, x-axis, y-axis, y plus x equal to 0 lines, not that difficult question. Interesting, but definitely interesting question. So the next three questions I have, इसी का part है, this one and this one and this one. Next three questions, all of them are based on Bayes theorem, right? And then I have a question in the last two. So 4 questions left. This one, yeah. No other. After that, the questions are based on permutation combination. So let's see the next three questions, which are based on, but definitely interesting questions. All so all the questions left are interesting questions. So let U1 and U2 be the two urns, or you can say boxes, such that U1 contains 3 white. Let's start plotting this. This is U1, this is U2. So this is, let's say, box 1, box 2. I'm using the box word. So it has, box 1 has 2 red balls and 1 white ball. No, sorry, 3 white, 3 white and 2 red, sorry. Box 1 has 3 white, 2 red. Box 2 has 1 white ball only. Now a fair coin is tossed. If head appears, let's start plotting the path diagram. That's how we solve such questions. We draw a path diagram. This is start, and die is tossed. Sorry, a fair coin is tossed. If it shows head, we go this way. If it shows tail, we go this way. And probability of showing head is half, and probability of showing tail is half. Let's see what happens next. If head appears, then one ball is drawn from box 1 randomly and put in box 2. So if that's happening, so yeah, if one ball is drawn from box 1 and placed in box 2, if head occurs, right? But if tail occurs, if tail appears, then 2 balls are drawn from box 1 and box 2. अगर head आता है तो एक ball transfer करनी है from box 1 to box 2, but if it is tail, then we are transferring 2 balls from box 1 to box 2. Now a ball is drawn from box 2. Box 2 से एक ball निकालिए. Find probability ball drawn from box 2 is white in color. तो यहाँ तो हम चले गए नीचे, यहाँ पे, यहाँ से ball, white ball is drawn from box 2. White ball is drawn from box 2. इसकी probability, find the probability ball drawn from box 2 is white in color. अब हेड आके व्हाइट बॉल कैसे आ सकती है? व्हाइट बॉल ऐसे आ सकती है कि आपने, सो देयर मल्टीपल वेज है. यू ट्रांसफर व्हाइट बॉल फ्रॉम दिस टू दिस, और ये दो केस मैंने यहाँ पे, तो एक स्टेप और आएगा इसमें, भी थोड़ा सा नीचे जगह में चाहिए. सो द 3 केसेस आर पॉसिबल. यहाँ से यहाँ हमने लिखा है एक मिनट. यस, सो इधर वी कैन ट्रांसफर अ व्हाइट बॉल, और यहाँ रेड है, राइट, और वी कैन शो इन शॉर्ट. So it means white is transferred from box 1 to box 2. इसको लिख लेते हैं, white ball ये है. So when you're transferring one ball from box 1 to box 2, white, मतलब लिखने सीधा ऐसे लिख लेते हैं, white is transferred. Yeah, red is transferred. right? अगर tail आता है then two balls are transferred. We are transferring two balls. So we'll have these three cases. तो यहाँ से यहाँ आ सकता है, ये आ सकता है, यहाँ से three cases आ सकते हैं. Either both balls can be red, both can be white, one red and one white, because we're transferring two balls this time. So we have these three cases. And here we have white ball is drawn from box 2. इसकी probability निकालनी. White ball is drawn from box 2. So it's a path diagram or whatever tree diagram you can call it, tree diagram. So इस branches बना दिया आपने. It's much easy to visualize this way. अगर ये नहीं करना तो फिर ये तरीका होता है कि अच्छा पहले हेड आ गया, हेड आने के बाद फिर सारे केसेस बना लिया आपने. वो केसेस यहाँ ऐसे दिख गए हमें, तो आप ऐसे ना बना के ऐसे बना सकते. पहले हेड आया, फिर हमें एक बॉल ट्रांसफर करनी है, वो रेड बॉल ट्रांसफर करी और फिर व्हाइट बॉल आगे सेकंड बॉक्स से एक केस बना. हेड, फिर व्हाइट, फिर क्या कहते हैं रेड आ गया तो फिर यहाँ से व्हाइट बॉल ट्रांसफर हुई, फिर आके सेकंड बॉक्स से व्हाइट आई, सारे केस बना दिए. फिर आपने टेल हुआ, टेल आया, दो बॉल ट्रांसफर करी आपने, वो दोनों रेड बॉल थी, फिर आपने सेकंड बॉक्स से व्हाइट बॉल निकाली है. तो ये सारे केसेस आप लेके सबकी प्रोबेबिलिटीज को ऐड कर रहे हो आप टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालने के लिए, और सारे म्यूचुअल एक्सक्लूसिव हैं. सो वी कैन डू इट लाइक दिस. एंड देन वी हैव टेल आया एंड देन बोथ व्हाइट बॉल ट्रांसफर करी आपने वन से सेकंड बॉक्स में, एंड देन सेकंड बॉक्स से आपने व्हाइट बॉल निकाली. या फिर आपने पहले टेल आया, फिर आपने एक व्हाइट एक रेड ट्रांसफर करी और सेकंड से फिर आपने व्हाइट निकाल ली. तो इन पांचों केसेस की प्रोबेबिलिटी को आपने ऐड कर दिया. सो वन वे इज दिस, यू डोंट ड्रॉ दिस पाथ डायग्राम, यू डू दिस, बट आई वुड हाईली रिकमेंड दैट you मेक दिस ट्री डायग्राम instead of doing it, making cases and adding this for, right? So it's always easy to make a, and especially when there's another part of it based on Bayes theorem, so it will be more helpful if you do like this instead of making writing probabilities like this. So once you have all the cases ready, we'll write the probabilities of each and every case on these paths. यहाँ लिख लिया आपने half half. Now we're transferring white ball from box 1 to box 2. And box 1, you know, has 3 white balls. So probability taking out a white ball is 3/5. So let me use a, so this is 3/5 probability. And if you transfer a red ball, it is 2/5 because 2 red balls are there out of 5 balls. When we transfer 2 red balls from box 1 to box 2, 2 red balls हैं, so 2C2 दोनों red balls select कर लें out of 5, 5C2. Because if nothing is mentioned, we assume that balls are drawn from bag 1 simultaneously and replaced in box 2. Simultaneous draw है, तो 2C दो ball choose करनी है. अगर दोनों white choose करनी है out of 3 white balls, 3 में से 2 white choose कर लें, total 5 में से 2 choose किए. So 1 white 1 red में आपने 2C1 1 red choose करी, 3C1 1 white choose करी, divide by 5C2. ये probabilities हैं. Now we come to the last stage. Now when we transferring a white ball from box 1 to box 2, how many white balls will be there in box 2? ये box है आपका, पहले आपने एक white तो पहले से थी, फिर हमने white transfer कर दी एक और, तो 2 white हो गई. Probability of white ball is 1, क्योंकि दोनों दो ही white ball हैं इसमें. एक white थी, दूसरी white और आगे, 2 white balls हैं. Probability of ball drawn will be white is 1 because both the white balls are white in the box. If red transfer करेंगे, तो red transfer करेंगे तो इसमें पहले एक white तो थी, एक red और आ गई. Probability white ball is half हो गई, तो एक red एक white है, probability is half. When you transfer 2 red balls, एक white थी और 2 red आपने और ट्रांसफर कर दिए, probability of white ball is 1/3. When you transfer both the white balls, so we have 3 white balls, so probability of drawing a white ball is 1. When you transfer 1 red 1 white, so we have 2 white balls, probability of white ball is out of 3 is 2/3. So now we have all the probabilities here, we just have to add the probabilities of each and every path. सब probabilities की path को add कर दिया. यहाँ से पहले path से शुरू हुए हम यहाँ से. So half, I'm just going this way, I'm just shading this half into 3/5 into 1. This is probability of first path. Probability of second path is again half into 2/5 into half plus this. Then probability of third path, half into this into this. Sum of the probabilities of all the paths this way. So half into 3/5 into 1 plus half into 2/5 into half plus half into 2C2 by 5C2 is 1/10 into 1/3 plus 3/10, sorry half पहले पे 3/10 into 1 plus half, this is 6/10 into 2/3. So we take LCM, 60 LCM आता है, 10 है, so it is 6, 18 plus this is 23, 6 आ गया. I'm taking LCM and multiplying. This is 60, so it is 1 This is 20, so 3 से multiply करके 9. This is 60, so it is 12. So it is numerator is 24, 25, 34, 36, 46 plus 60. So it is 23 by 30. by 30. B choice. Right? So it's a typical question. Total based on total probability. You see the next part is based on conditional probability based on Bayes theorem, which I also say conditional probability of type 3. So given that drawn ball from U2 is white, ये given है कि ball drawn from U2 is white, second box is white है, probability head appears on the coin. So probability head on coin, given that white ball is drawn from the second bag, white ball TW drawn second bag ही निकालना. We'll have to go back to the other same page. Probability head on coin, head appears on coin, given that white ball from box 2. So condition probability head. So बेस थ्योरम में कैसे किया आपने, डिनोमिनेटर विल बी सेम 23 by 30 जो पहले किया हमने, ये पार्ट है. न्यूमरेटर में आएगा कि अब ये वाला probability हेड इंटरसेक्शन, कंडीशन probability फॉर्मूला हेड इंटरसेक्शन व्हाइट बॉल फ्रॉम बॉक्स 2. ये गिवन दैट नीचे है पूरा फॉर्मूला लिख लो. गिवन probability व्हाइट बॉल फ्रॉम बॉक्स 2. सो डिनोमिनेटर तो हमने निकाला है अभी पूरा ऊपर 23 by 30 है. न्यूमरेटर में करना है हमें, ये मान के हेड आया था एंड देन वी हैव टू, हेड आना चाहिए पहले और फिर ये आना चाहिए. सो न्यूमरेटर में भी सारी प्रॉपर्टीज ऐड करनी है लेकिन हेड वाला पार्ट लेना है. सो न्यूमरेटर में इफ यू सी आई जस्ट हैव टू टेक दिस सेक्शन लेना है बिकॉज हेड आना चाहिए. तो ये सब फेवरेबल ये है, हेड आके बाकी सब वाइट आना है यहाँ से. तो ये सारा पाथ. सो ये सब पाथ देखो कि पहले दो पाथ हैं, इसमें से दोबारा लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. पहले हमने सम तो किया था, इन दो प्रॉपर्टीज को पहले लेना है न्यूमरेटर में. दैट इज 3 by 10 प्लस यू कैन से 2 कैंसिल करके 1 by 10. सो इट इज 4 by 10 और 30 से करना है तो 12 by 30 है ओवर 23 by 30. सो इट इज 12 by 23. Sorry, next 12 by 23. Yes, 12 by 23. Answer is correct. Right, so do you understand, like after making the tree diagram of the situation and finding the probabilities of all the paths, first of all writing the probability on each and every path. सब पाथ probability लिख ली हमने. For example head है half है, tail है half है. फिर अगर white ball transfer करी है हमने तो 3 by 5 है white निकालने की. red किया तो 2 by 5 है. फिर दो ball transfer करेंगे, 3 cases, both red both white, one red and probability of each. and then ये white ball transfer करेंगे तो अगर एक white थी एक और white हो गई, दो white हो गई तो probability 1 ही होगी. That way we just fill up all the probabilities and then you sum up the probabilities of all the paths. That was part 1. part 2 में अब ये condition probability है. मान के white ball आई है, इसके chances क्या है कि head आया था पहले. That's the Bayes theorem. We also say conditional Bayes theorem is nothing but conditional probability where this event is given defined. ये हमें given है, white ball आ चुकी है. ये बताओ इसके chances क्या है कि पहले head आया था, कि हेड मान के हेड आया था गिवन दैट व्हाइट बॉल इज ड्रॉन. सो वी अप्लाई कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी फॉर्मूला. डिनोमिनेटर इज सेम. न्यूमरेटर में इसका सारे पाथ ना लेके कुछ पाथ लेने हैं. हेड आने के बाद व्हाइट बॉल आनी चाहिए. सो हाफ ऑफ द डायग्राम में जो पहले दो पाथ हैं वो ले लिए. So this is again very interesting question. See a signal which can be green or red with probability 4 by 5 and 1 by 5. So signal green signal probability 4 by 5, red signal probability 1 by 5 is received by station A and then transmitted to station B. So station A and then signal is coming in station A and then it is being transmitted to station B. Right. Probability of each station receiving the signal correctly is 3 by 4. सिग्नल ने स्टेशन सिग्नल आया और करेक्ट रिसीव किया उसने, is 3 by 4 probability है. So there must be error in the station that it might not receive the signal correctly. So probability that it will receive the correct signal is 3 by 4. If signal received station B is green, अब ये हमें given है, condition probability है, हमें ये निकालना है इसमें. if the signal received station B is green, probability that the original signal was green, original signal ग्रीन है, इसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालें मान के सिग्नल रिसीव्ड एट बी इज ग्रीन। तो जरूरी नहीं है सिग्नल बी पे जो ग्रीन रिसीव हुआ है वो ग्रीन ही होगा, वो एरर भी हो सकती है, रॉन्ग भी हो सकता है। तो ये माना कि सिग्नल बी है, तो ये मान के क्या चांस है कि जो ओरिजिनल सिग्नल आया था वो ग्रीन है, ये मान के ग्रीन सिग्नल ऑब्जर्व हुआ है स्टेशन बी पे, इसके चांसेस क्या है कि वो ओरिजिनल सिग्नल ग्रीन ही होगा, क्योंकि रेड आके भी ग्रीन ऑब्जर्व हो सकता है, राइट, बिकॉज एरर भी है इसमें। So let's analyze the situation. So what can happen? So you can see I'll make a tree diagram of all the cases. So I'll start it and see. The first case can be the original signal. I'm writing this way. I'm using this nomenclature. The red signal is arrives at station A, and station A receives this as a red signal. Red को ready receive किया उसने. Second option can be red signal is received by station A, but उसमें एरर की वजह से इट रिसीव्स सिग्नल एज अ ग्रीन सिग्नल, रेड को ग्रीन रिसीव किया उसने, रेड आया, ओरिजिनली रेड आया लेकिन ग्रीन रिसीव किया उसने। सो ऑल पॉसिबल ऑप्शन दैट कैन हैपन इन स्टेशन ए, टू मोर पॉसिबल ऑप्शंस आर देयर कि ग्रीन सिग्नल आया ओरिजिनली और ग्रीन रिसीव कर लिया, ग्रीन आया उसने रॉन्ग रिसीव किया उसको, उसको उसने रेड रिसीव कर लिया। सो दीज आर द फोर पॉसिबल ऑप्शंस। नाउ विल कम टू स्टेशन बी। यहाँ पे स्टेशन बी आ गए कि ग्रीन सिग्नल इज रिसीव्ड, इज ऑब्जर्व्ड रिसीव्ड जो भी, राइट, ग्रीन सिग्नल इज रिसीव्ड। सो अब यहाँ पे देखो ये रेड आया था, रेड रिसीव हुआ, अब ये रेड सिग्नल भी ग्रीन हो सकता है क्योंकि एरर, रेड सिग्नल आया स्टेशन बी के पास एट बी, ये एट ए है, सब जगह ए, स्टेशन ए है ये। सो रेड सिग्नल भी जाके ग्रीन बन सकता है बिकॉज एरर है इसके अंदर। एक ग्रीन सिग्नल ग्रीन रिसीव हो गया, ग्रीन सिग्नल ग्रीन रिसीव हुआ और रेड सिग्नल ग्रीन रिसीव हुआ। These are the possible ways the signal station B can show green signal, that रेड रिसीव करके ग्रीन शो कर दिया उसने, ग्रीन रिसीव करके ग्रीन ही शो किया, ग्रीन रिसीव करके ग्रीन शो किया। ये देखो मैं ये देख रहा हूँ आगे, ये तो ये आगे जा रहा है, ये रिसीव हुआ तो यही आगे जाएगा, तो ये स्टेशन ए पे रिसीव हुआ। आई एम जस्ट पुटिंग अ रेड सर्कल, ये सिग्नल रिसीव हुआ, ये रिसीव हो रहे हैं सिग्नल और ये इंटरसेप्ट हो रहे हैं आगे, रेड रेड इंटरसेप्ट हुआ, रेड ग्रीन इंटरसेप्ट हुआ, ग्रीन ग्रीन इंटरसेप्ट हुआ, ग्रीन रेड इंटरसेप्ट हुआ और वो आगे ट्रांसमिट कर दिया उसने। आगे जाके रेड ग्रीन बन सकता है, हमें ग्रीन की पॉसिबिलिटी देखनी है कि स्टेशन बी पे ग्रीन सिग्नल रिसीव हुआ, तो रेड आगे ग्रीन बन सकता है, ग्रीन ग्रीन बन सकता है, ग्रीन ग्रीन बन सकता है, रेड आगे ग्रीन बन सकता है। प्रोबेबिलिटीज लिखनी है हमें, हमें हमें ये गिवन है, ये हमें ये इवेंट हमें गिवन है, ग्रीन सिग्नल स्टेशन बी पे हो चुका है, इसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी निकालनी है हमें। अगर आप कंडीशन प्रोबेबिलिटी फॉर्मूला यूज करेंगे तो ये है ओरिजिनल सिग्नल ग्रीन intersection received at green received at B, signal received at B is green, divide by conditional probability formula, signal at B is green. तो ये डिनोमिनेटर क्या है, डिनोमिनेटर सम ऑफ द प्रोबेबिलिटीज ऑफ ऑल द पाथ्स। सो पहले प्रोबेबिलिटी लिखनी है सब में। सो पहले रेड सिग्नल आया, उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी गिवन है क्वेश्चन में, रेड सिग्नल की प्रोबेबिलिटी है 1/5, रेड इज 1/5, 1/5 आके फिर वो आगे रेडी किया, सो इसमें सी ठीक इंटरसेप्ट किया, ठीक इंटरसेप्ट की प्रोबेबिलिटी है 3/4, नहीं सॉरी ठीक है, सिग्नल रिसीव करेक्टली 3/4, यस। सो 1/5 रेड सिग्नल आया और ठीक रिसीव हुआ, 3/4 प्रोबेबिलिटी है। यहाँ आएगा रेड सिग्नल आया 1/5 लेकिन रिसीव रॉन्ग हुआ 1/4, क्योंकि ग्रीन रिसीव हुआ, ग्रीन आया 4/5 प्रोबेबिलिटी है, रिसीव बिल्कुल ठीक हुआ 3/4 से मल्टीप्लाई करा, ग्रीन आया 4/5, रिसीव रॉन्ग हुआ 1/4, ये। अब यहाँ से रेड आगे गया, रेड आके ग्रीन रिसीव हुआ, रॉन्ग रिसीव हुआ 3/4, सॉरी 1/4, ग्रीन आए ग्रीन रिसीव हुआ, करेक्ट रिसीव हुआ 3/4, ग्रीन ग्रीन हुआ 3/4, ये 1/4, ये। Now see, I'm writing the answer here. So denominator is probability that signal received at station B is green. Probability of this event चाहिए. Probability of this event is sum of the probabilities of all the path. 1/5 into 3/4 into 1/4 plus 1/5 into 1/4 into 3/4 plus 4 by 5 into 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 plus 4 by 5 into 1 by 4 into 1 by 4. ये 4 पार्ट्स हैं, सो ये तो डिनोमिनेटर में आएंगे, सॉरी ये डिनोमिनेटर में आएंगे और न्यूमरेटर में आएगा कि न्यूमरेटर में यह है कि सिग्नल रिसीव्ड इज ग्रीन, ओरिजिनल सिग्नल इज ग्रीन, ओरिजिनल सिग्नल ग्रीन इन दो केसेस में आया, लास्ट 2 केसेस में ग्रीन आया, ग्रीन चला गया, ग्रीन आया, रेड गया, ओरिजिनल सिग्नल ग्रीन इन 2 केसेस में। तो न्यूमरेटर इज ये दो पाथ न्यूमरेटर वाले, ये दो पाथ न्यूमरेटर में जाएंगे, 4 by 5 into 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 plus 4 by 5 into 1 by 4 into 1 by 4. So now we cancel, सारे डिनोमिनेटर कैंसिल कर दिए, सेम है, 5 4 4 सब कैंसिल कर दिए। न्यूमरेटर इज 4 into 3 12, 12 into 3 36, 36 plus 4, और डिनोमिनेटर इज 3 plus 3 plus 36 plus 4, so it is 40 divided by 46, so 20 divided by 23. Yes, answer is 20 divided by 23. Right, so I would not rate this question as easy. Rate this as average because sometimes it's very difficult to comprehend the whole situation. Signal is coming, signal is received by station A, and then station A is transmitting signal to station B, and station B can also do an error in receiving the signal. So it's like the complexity of the scenario, and especially when you're too much panicked and anxious in exam, is sometimes it's difficult to think solve this question. But fundamentally, if you have done the Bayes theorem, if you've done the conditional probability, so it's not difficult to understand. And even at home, if you can try this question and you can do it. So I will not rate this question as definitely as easy. It's average or average to difficult. So this question came last year in 2012 based on Bayes theorem again. So it's like a ship is fitted with 3 engines, E1, E2, E3. Engine functions independently of each other with respective probabilities as half. So probability of engine 1 works, and probability E1 means E1 works properly is half. E2 works, E2 functions correctly is 1 by 4. Probability E3, I'm writing in short, is 1 by 4. This given. इंजन के सही काम करने की probabilities हमें given है. That probability engine 1 will work properly is half, engine 2 will work properly 1 by 4, 1 by 4. For ship to be operational, at least 2 of its engine must function. Ship will only function when if out of the 3 engines 2 will function properly. At least 2 should function properly. If it is like 2 of them goes off, then the ship is not going to run. Let X denote the event that ship is operational. E है कि ship चल रहा है. X denote the event the ship is operational, and let X1, X2, X3 denote respectively the event that engine E1 and E3 are functioning. तो इसको ऐसे भी कह सकते हैं probability X1 equal to half है ये, क्योंकि X1 means that engine E1 is working properly. Probability X2 is 1 by 4. Probability X3 is also 1 by 4. Instead of E1, E2, E3, it's given that X1, X2, X3 events given है हमें. Which one of the following is true? हमें choices देखनी है, which one of the following is true. ये probability निकालनी है. Probability X1 complement given X. What does it mean? इसको लिखें तो ये आ गया. Probability E1 does not work is E1 is failed given that ship is operational. ये निकालना. So basically it's a you can see it's a Bayes theorem question. Conditional probability है Bayes theorem of the type Bayes theorem. So like let's make a diagram here. This is start. So what can happen is like the first case can be, it's like you can say this is X1 represents engine E1. E1 and E2 are working but not E3. ये case है. Second case is because yes. So I'm finding this probability. I have to find this probability. So I'm arranging in a different way. Like this probability E is operational. ये given event है, ये तो बनाने E is ship is operational. So ship can be operational in three ways. कि दो इंजन ये काम कर रहे हैं, तीसरा नहीं कर रहा. अगला केस बनाया मैंने. So x2 x3 working but not x1. Sorry, x2 x1. You can say x1 x3 working, x2 is not working. Third case is x1 is not working but x2 x3 working. So instead of making 8 cases, so I'm just making 8 cases बनते हैं x की, like because 3 इंजन है, इंजन E1 E2 E3. इंजन E2 काम करेगा नहीं करेगा, E2 will work or not, E3 will work or not. So there in all there will be 8 cases. Instead of making 8 cases here, I'm just plotting the cases through which ship can be operational. Third is all the 3 engines are working. All 3 are working. So these are 4 out of the 8 cases. I'm just taking 4 cases because I have to make the ship operational. So these are the 4 cases where ship can be operational. So if I start writing the probability, इसकी probability क्या है कि पहले दोनों इंजन काम कर रहे हैं, तीसरा नहीं कर रहा. So यहाँ से आ गया. X1 is working, X2 is working, but X3 is not working 3/4. X1 is working half, X2 is not working 3/4, right? So उसका complementary ले लिया, and then X3 is working 1/4. X1 is not working half, half complementary भी half हो गया, कि दोनों काम कर रहे हैं 1/4 1/4 आएगा. All of them are working, half into 1/4 into 1/4. ये properties आ गई. And then अगर दो ship पहले, if 2 engines are working and third is not working, what are the chances the ship will be operational? 1. Ship तो काम करेगा उसके बाद. If 2 engines are working, ship is 1. This is also 1 and this is also 1. ये सब 1 ही है क्योंकि इन सब condition में ship तो काम कर ही रहा है, because given in the question that ship will be operational where at least 2 of the engines are working. Now the probability ship is operational, probability of x क्या आ गया? Sum of the probabilities of all the paths. So की probability का path sum आ गया, right? तो वो तो डिनोमिनेटर में लिख लेंगे. न्यूमरेटर में हमें लिखना है probability E1 doesn't work. अब ये निकालना है probability x1 complement. E1 doesn't work means x1 complement given x. Yeah. x1 complement कौन सा केस है? x1 complement ये वाला केस है. So this case will come in the numerator. हाफ इंटू 1/4. सो जो 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 हमें फेवरेबल है x1 नहीं, शिप x1 इंजन नहीं चलना चाहिए, तो उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी न्यूमरेटर में ले ली और शिप ऑपरेशन की प्रोबेबिलिटी डिनोमिनेटर में. सम ऑफ द प्रोबेबिलिटीज ऑफ ऑल द पाथ. हाफ इंटू 1/4 इंटू 3/4 प्लस हाफ इंटू 3/4 इंटू 1/4 इंटू 1 भी होगा. आई एम नॉट राइटिंग 1. हाफ इंटू 1/4 इंटू 1/4 प्लस हाफ इंटू 1/4 इंटू 1/4. And that is, if we simplify, we can cancel the denominator. Yes, we can cancel the denominator. So 1 divided by 3 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1. So it is 1 divided by 8, or we can say 2 by 16, because answer is in 16 की form में. 2 by 16 wrong हो गए. A is wrong because answer, choice given is 3 by 16, but answer is coming out to be 3 by 16. Choice given is 3 by 16, but actual answer is 2 by 16. A probability exactly 2 engines of the ship are functional given x. तो न्यूमरेटर में आएगा 2 engines are operational. Given ship is working, or ship is operational. So denominator is same, right? So I'm just copy it. Numerator में 3 ships are exactly 2 engines are all 3 parts. If you see the numerator in B part, all these 3 are favorable. ये सारे केस आएंगे. ये वाला केस, because in this case 2 engines are working, not third one. Exactly 2 engines are working. All these 3 are favorable path. So numerator will be ये तीनों केस numerator में जाएंगे इस बार. So इसमें अब denominator तो cancel ही हो जाएगा सीधा. I'm just adding the numerator. 3 plus 1 3 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Numerator में आएगा इस बार, ये आएगा 3 plus 3 plus 1. I'm not writing 2 into 4 into 2 in denominator because they'll cancel out. Just writing the numerators. So 3 plus 3 plus 1 plus 1, और ये 3 part, ये 3 numerator में जाएंगे. It's coming out to be 7 by 8. And that's 7 by 8. Probability of event B is 7 by 8. Now third is probability. अब ये third different type की conditional probability है इस बार. Probability x given x2 है. ये है probability x given x2. What does it mean? Ship is operational. Ship operational है. Given that given x2. What does it mean? Given x2. Given that x2 is working. x2 तो काम कर ही रहा है. Ship operational है given that x2 is working. If you apply condition probability formula, x2 working and ship operational. Given that probability of x2. I just have to replace the value. Probability of x2 is probability x2 is 1 by 4. Now x2 काम कर रहे हैं ship operational. फिर again come to this diagram. x2 is working and ship is operational. See x2 working in this case and ship is operational. x2 working in this case, ship is operational. x2 working in this case, ship is operational. So we have to add the probability of first, third and fifth path. First, third and fifth. No, sorry, first, third and fourth. Because in these three cases, first, third and fourth. दोबारा लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. First is half into 1 by 4 into 3 by 4. Third is multiply कर लेते हैं सीधा, टाइम बचेगा. So it is 3 by 32. 32 समय सेम है 3. Sorry, first, third and fourth. First, third and fourth. 3 by 32 plus 1 by 32 plus 1 by 32. So 4 by 32. 4 by 32 divided by 1 by 4. So it is 16 by 32. It is half. Probability is half. But it is 5 by 16 given है. Wrong हो गया ये. हमने half निकाली है. Probability x given x1 अगर देखना है, बाकी सब same है. x given x1. X की probability x given x1. So x1, you know, x given x1 में, so x1 is probability of x1 is half. Probability x1 half थी. और न्यूमरेटर में आएगा x1 is working and then ship is operational. मान के कि x1 इंजन काम कर रहा है और फिर शिप ऑपरेशनल है. अब x1 इंजन काम करके शिप ऑपरेशनल है, कौन से पाथ फेवरेबल है? ये पहला पाथ है, x1 is working and ship is operational. सेकंड भी है, x1 is working and ship is operational. और फोर्थ है, फर्स्ट सेकंड एंड फोर्थ की प्रोबेबिलिटीज लेनी है, फर्स्ट सेकंड एंड फोर्थ की. डिनोमिनेटर इज हाफ. डिनोमिनेटर यहाँ 32 होगा. फर्स्ट सेकंड एंड फोर्थ. फर्स्ट सेकंड एंड फोर्थ. तो 3 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1. So 3 plus 3 plus 1. So it is 7 by 32 divided by 2. 7 by 16. 7 by 16. D is correct. So B and D are correct. ये choice है. So right. So see, एक बार आपने डायग्राम बना लिया, उसके बाद तो कुछ भी निकाल सकते हैं. प्रोबेबिलिटी अगर ये निकालनी है आपने कि अगर x काम कर रहा है गिवन x3 नहीं काम कर रहा, तो सेम ही है इस बार. x is working but ship is operational and given that x3 engine is working. So just have to see the favorable paths in the numerator. So this is going to be the last question we'll discuss because all the remaining questions are based on permutation and combination. So the last question again, this also came last year. It's a little difficult question. I'll rate this as a difficult question to be able to solve in exam. So it's like 4 fair dice D1, D2, D3 and D4 each have 6 faces numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are rolled simultaneously. So we are throwing 4 dice D1, D2, D3 and D4. Probability that D4 shows a number appearing on one of D1, D2 and D3 is. So basically D4 पे जो नंबर आ रहा है वो यूनिक नंबर नहीं है, वो नंबर पहले आ चुका D1, D2, D3 पे, इसके चांसेस क्या हैं? Find the probability that D4 die is showing a number that already either D1 or D2 or D3 are showing. ये चांसेस निकालना है. So sometimes how it's like it's a logic. You need to how you do the logic. That's why I told you this topic is difficult. So you know all the concepts, but how you figure out a logic to count the favorable cases and possible cases. तो यहाँ पे लॉजिक जो ये है, ये आएगा इसमें कि D4 का नंबर पहले आ जाना चाहिए, तो उसमें केसेस बनाने पड़ते हैं पहले. अब ये नहीं कर सकते पहले इन तीनों में कुछ भी आ जाए, 6 into 6 into 6 by 6, 6 by 6, 6 by 6, और फिर इनमें से कोई एक नंबर इस पे आएगा तो वो तो 1 ऑप्शन हो गया, पहले आ चुका है. ये लॉजिक यही है कि पहले इन पे कुछ भी आ सकता है 3 डाइस पे, और फोर्थ पे जो आएगा वो पहले से, उसके लिए एक ही ऑप्शन है क्योंकि वो हम चूज नहीं कर सकते, वो पहले से आ चुका होगा. बट दैट्स इन रिपीटिशन इसमें आ जाएंगे केसेस के अंदर. रिपीटिशन अवॉइड करने के लिए हमें केसेस ये बनाने पड़ते हैं कि पहले हम ये केस लेते हैं. सपोज आई रिप्रेजेंट नंबर शोइंग ऑन D1 इज विद A एंड दैट ऑफ D2 बी B एंड D3 इज C एंड इसको D ABCD बी द टॉप फेसेस ऑफ द 4 डाई. ये मैंने अज्यूम कर लिया. तो पहला केस अगर ये लें A नॉट इक्वल टू B नॉट इक्वल टू C, पहले सिंपल वाला केस लेते हैं. पहले A इक्वल टू B इक्वल टू C, तीनों डाई ने सेम नंबर शो किया तो D तो सेम होना ही चाहिए. D भी सेम है, ABC तीनों नंबर शो में एंड D इज ऑल्सो सेम. D इज इक्वल टू D कर लो बेशक. ये केस है. ये केस आसान है. पहले अब ए पे क्या ऑप्शन है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. 6/6 डिनोमिनेटर में 6 4 डाई है तो 6 इंटू 6 इंटू 6 4 टाइम्स आएगा. अब यहाँ पे कोई भी नंबर ए पे आया, बी पे क्या नंबर आएगा, सेम नंबर आएगा. वन ऑप्शन है. सी के पास ही वन ऑप्शन है, डी के पास ही वन ऑप्शन है. एक ही केस बन गया हमारा. वेयर ए कैन बी एनीथिंग बट बी सी डी शुड बी इक्वल टू ए. सो सबके लिए एक ही ऑप्शन है. तो ये केस मैटर कर गया. डी डी वही होना चाहिए जो एबीसी में से है, वो है. D should be one of ABC and that's true. All of them are equal. Other cases पहले ये लेते हैं. A not equal to B not equal to C. और D है D equal to either A और B और C. D equal to A, D equal to B. D इन तीनों में से कोई होना चाहिए. अलग केस है. So तीनों unequal तो there are geometry is same 6 into 6 into 6 into 6. A can be in 6 ways. A can be anything. But B cannot be same as A. So B has 5 options. We can fill after filling. Suppose after deciding about A, we have 5 options to decide about B because one of the we cannot be same as A, so it should be 5 options. And after we decided A and B, C के लिए 4 ही option रह गए हैं because A B C cannot be equal to A, C cannot be equal to B. C has to be a different number on the die. So if 2 numbers are already decided, third number should be different. So we have 4 options रह गए हैं C के लिए. तो दो already use हो गए. Out of 6 top faces, out of 1 2 3 4 5 6 numbers, 2 have already used, 4 left. अब यहाँ पे इसके हम इसको 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे हम, क्योंकि जो अभी डी को टू ए भी हो सकता है, डी को टू बी भी. इसके पास 3 ऑप्शन है. या तो वो जो ए आया उसके इक्वल हो जाए, या बी के इक्वल हो जाए, सी के इक्वल हो जाए, लेकिन किसी एक के इक्वल होना चाहिए. तो किसी के इक्वल भी हो सकता है. सो 3 ऑप्शन आ गए, मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया हमने. लास्ट केस है ए 2 इक्वल है, थर्ड अनइक्वल है. ये हो सकता है. सारे केस कवर करने पड़ेंगे. ए इक्वल टू सी नॉट इक्वल टू बी, बी इक्वल टू सी नॉट इक्वल टू ए. और फिर डी कुछ भी हो सकता है. डी ए हो सकता है, डी बी हो सकता है, डी सी हो सकता है. तीनों में से कोई भी केस हो सकता है. डी राइट. दो केस होंगे डी के. मतलब अगर पर ये लेते हैं इसके, ये वाला केस है तो डी इक्वल टू ए होगा या डी इक्वल टू सी होगा. 3 ही होंगे इस वाले, क्योंकि डी ए और बी तो इक्वल है, इसलिए डी यहाँ पे या तो ए होगा या डी यहाँ पे बी होगा. इस केस में इस वाले ये वाला केस है तो डी इक्वल टू बी होगा या डी इक्वल टू ए होगा. अब इसी को हमने मैथमेटिकली करना है. सो नाउ अब ये लिया हमने पहले कि ए कैन बी 6 वे, ए कुछ भी हो सकता है, और बी उसके इक्वल है तो बी के पास 1 ऑप्शन है. सी डिफरेंट होना चाहिए, 5 ऑप्शन है, 6 into 5. राइट. अब ये बी और फिर हमने कहा कि डी के पास 2 ऑप्शन है, 2 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया. अब सेकंड और थर्ड की सिमेट्री है. ए इक्वल टू बी का आंसर निकाल लिया आपने, ए इक्वल टू सी, बी इक्वल सेम ही आंसर आएगा. 3 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया. 3 से क्यों मल्टीप्लाई किया? 3 केसेस हैं हमारे ऐसे, और तीनों केस का आंसर सेम ही होगा. 3 बार करने की जरूरत नहीं, एक ही बार करा हमने. इसका आंसर निकाला हमने इस वाले केस का. सी हमने इस वाले केस का आंसर निकाला हमने इस वाले केस का, कि ए इक्वल टू बी पहले 2 सेम है और तीसरा थर्ड इक्वल है, और फिर डी या तो ए के इक्वल होगा या सी के इक्वल होगा. तो ए कैन बी एनी नंबर 6 बट बी हैज टू बी इक्वल टू ए, सो 1 ऑप्शन इज देयर. But C has to be different than A and B, then 5 options are there because one top face is used, other 5 top faces are there. Then we are multiplying with 2 because D can be equal to A, D can be equal to C. D has to be one of these, so it can be A number or C number. 2 से multiply. Then we have 3 such cases, so we multiply with 3. Divide by 6 into 6 into 6 into 6. So see the logic इसमें लगाना पड़ रहा है, जो कि it's not easy to think in the exam. 6 to the power 4 है ये. This is 6 plus 6 into 5 into 4 into 3, 60. 6 we can cancel, take 5 into 10, 10 into 3, 30. Yeah. 6 I take common and cancel. So denominator is 6 cube, numerator is 1 plus 60 plus 30. So it is 91 by 216. 91 by 216. The answer. Right. So you can see it's a very interesting question. The logic, the way we have counted the cases. So that was the that's complete. So this question completes our discussion today. Uh, so as I gave you the plan, I gave you the schedule that the next class will be on. I think it's on Tuesday. So and then on Friday. So one is on Tuesday, other is on Friday. Right now I'm not sure about Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll see it. I'll look into this. So if there is any change between Tuesday and Wednesday, I'll let you know. And then Friday we'll definitely have a class. So in the next two classes, as I mentioned in my at Modo and the blog too, that there were a lot of people requesting about requesting to discuss the last test series paper TS6 because it was a difficult exam and there were questions that needs discussion. So that's what I planned for the coming week. So right now I'm not sure how many questions you want to ask from TS6. So if we're able to cover in one of the Math on Fridays, so that's good. But generally it's difficult because there are two papers, paper one and paper two. So all, like in all you have 45 questions around about that questions. So depends कि किस तरह के क्वेश्चन है कैसे हैं मतलब generally in one class you cannot able to discuss with the so today we discussed 13 questions in all. It's almost like 2 hours. So maximum you can discuss in one session is like 13 questions or 15 questions at max, not more than that. And I don't want to keep you hanging for long. So maybe that's why I have kept 2 sessions for discussion TS6. But if you could do it before that, we'll take something else. So okay, thank you. Bye bye. Good night.